Hi students, welcome to EDC class. So here under tune and power amplifier circuits, we'll discuss class B push pull amplifier in the today's class, and the agenda of the class is upon the completion of this period you will be able to know the circuit of class B push pull amplifier, operation of class B push pull amplifier, expression for efficiency of class B push pull amplifier, advantage and disadvantage of the class B push pull amp operation. And in the previous classes we have already come across the power amplifier classifications, performance measures of power amplifier, class A power amplifier with the resistive and transformer loads and their efficiencies. Okay, now let us go to the class B push pull power amplifier operation. So here, when the collector current flows only during the positive half cycle of the input signal, and the power amplifier is known as class B power amplifier. So as we discussed in during the classification of power amplifiers, class A operates in a entire cycle, that is a 360-degree operation, and class B is only 180 degrees of operation. So here which operates only for the positive half cycle of the input signal. The push-pull amplifier is a power amplifier and is frequently employed in the output stage of electronic circuits. It is used whenever high output power with a high efficiency is required. A class B power amplifier is bias rate cutoff, and it is more difficult to implement the circuit in order to get a linear reproduction of the input waveform by using this class B operation. So the biasing of the transistor in class B operation is in such a way that at zero signal condition there will be no collector current. Means if there is no input is given, and there shouldn't be any collector current flowing in a class B operation. The operating point is selected such that at a collector cutoff voltage, means only during the positive half cycle only the class B amplifier should operate, and during the negative half cycle there shouldn't be any output. So here the output waveform showing that during the positive half cycles the output is amplified, and during the negative half cycles there is no output. That means see here, if there is a negative half cycle but there is no amplification here. So when the signal is applied, the circuit is forward biased for the positive half cycle of the input, and hence collector current is flows, and hence only the positive half cycle is amplified at the output. As the negative half cycle is completely absent, the signal distortion will be high, because only positive half cycle is amplified. And what about the negative half cycle? Because it is also containing information. So here, when the applied signal increases, the power dissipation will be more in the class B operation. And when compared to class A power amplifier, the output efficiency is also increased. The class A is able to give only 25 in resistive load and 50% in transformer load. But here the class B efficiency is increased. And the power loss is also more here, but the negative half cycle is absent. So in order to minimize the disadvantage and achieve the low distortion, high efficiency and high output power, the push-pull configuration is used in a class B amplifier. If you simply use a single class B amplifier, only you get a half cycle amplified. But to minimize this disadvantage, we are using this in push-pull configuration. So this figure shows the push-pull amplifier configuration. See, if you observe this, there are two transistors. There are two transistors. There is a transistor Q1 and Q2. Both the transistors are identical to each other. Means both the characteristics of these transistors are same. We are assuming that they are same, and there are two transformers are there. Transformer 1 at the input side with a center tapped one, transformer 2 at output side again it is a center tapped primary, and here center tapped secondary. Okay, and input is given to the primary of the transformer 1, and transformer 1 secondary 1 is connected to the Q1, and the other one is other end is connected to the Q2, and this is giving the 180 degrees out of phase signal at both the ends. Okay, and transformer 2 primary is connected to the both the collectors of the Q1 and Q2, and the secondary is now combined output is given to the load here. So, and VCC is connected between two center taps of the transformer 1 and transformer 2. The emitters of transistor 1 and transistor 2 are connected to the center tap of the transformer 1, and VCC negative is connected to the transformer 1 center tap, positive is connected to the transformer 2 center tap. Here is the circuit arrangement. Okay, so those two transistors are connected in push-pull arrangement. Here in the circuit and consisting of two center tap transformers T1 and T2 and two transistors Q1 and Q2, and these are identical together. And transformer 1 is a secondary center tapped input transformer and is a phase splitter because it is required to produce two signal voltages that are 180 degrees out of phase. Means for first positive half cycle transistor 1 will conduct, and next half cycle transistor 2 will conduct, so that we are avoiding the loss in the signal. uh, and T2 is an output primary center tap transformer and is required to couple the AC output from the two transistors collectors and to the load. Two identical transistors Q1 and Q2 placed back to back or applied here. Uh, Both the transistors are operated in the class B operation, that is collector current is nearly zero in the absence of the signal. That is the advantage of the class B because it is biased such that there is no collector current during the zero signal conditions. Means if there is no input is given. And the transistors Q1 and Q2 are biased at cutoff instead of using the biasing resistors. So there are no biasing resistors in this circuit if you observe. So because it is operating at the cutoff, means only it gives a positive half cycle operation. Okay, and to get the balanced circuit, two emitters are connected to the center tap of the transformer 1, and VCC supply to the center tap of the transformer 2. So here let us go to the operation of the class B push-pull amplifier. So let us assume is a case 1. The circuit of a class B push-pull amplifier shown in the above figure clears that both the transformers are center tapped. Transformer 1 it output center tapped, transformer 2 input primary is the center tapped. Okay, and with no input signal, as the transistors Q1 and Q2 are biased at the cutoff, hence no current flows during the no input signal, and which is nothing, no current drawn from the VCC supply. As no current is drawn from the VCC, no power is wasted because the power amplifier converts the DC power to AC power. The DC power supplied from the VCC here. The, under case 2, the input signal is applied through a center tap transformer, which splits the signal into two signals. Here, the input supplied to the bases of the two transistors are 180 degrees out of phase due to the transformer action. Here, because of the center tap transformer, two transistors Q1 and Q2 are given the input at the same time, but the input is 180 degrees out of phase at both the transistors. Thus, two transistors conduct an alternate half cycles of the input signal. Means, if it is a positive half cycle, the transistor 1 get the positive half cycle and transistor 2 gets the negative, then only transistor 1 conducts. And during the negative half cycle, transistor 2 will get the positive half cycle and transistor 1 get the negative half cycle. The transistor 2 conducts and gives the output. So the current for each transistor flows in opposite directions through secondary of the transformer 2. So the magnetic flux set up by each current result in opposite flux. So the net flux is 0 now. The transformer is not required to handle the large flux due to DC currents here. During the positive half cycle of the input signal, base of the Q1 is positive and base of the Q2 is negative. Q1 conducts and Q2 is off. During the negative half cycle, the input signal base of the Q1 is negative and the base of the Q2 is positive. So only Q1 conducts and Q2 is off. The output waveforms for class B push pull operation is now you can get a full cycle operation here, because 180 degrees for transistor 1 and 180 degrees for transistor 2. So during this uh, because of this class B push pull operation, so there is no loss in the signal. So total 180 360 degrees operation we can achieve by using the two identical transistors in push pull arrangement. So each transistor handles one half of the input signal. Output transformer now joins these two halves and produces almost undistorted full sine wave at the output, and which is given to the load by using the transformer coupling. See, let us see with the circuit diagram. See here, as the input is applied, the AC input is, let us assume there is a AC input is applied. Okay, so during the positive half cycle, the transformer primary, this end is positive, and as it is a 180 degrees out of phase, this end is negative we are getting here. So as the Q1 base is now positive and Q2 base is negative, only Q1 conducts and this gives the output signal here. Okay, this output is now given to the primer of the transistor 2, and which is now coupled to the load. Okay, which is now coupled to the load. During the negative half cycle, this is now during the negative half cycle during the negative half cycle, so the base of the Q2 is negative and base of the Q1 is positive. Then the Q2 is now conducting and amplifies the signal now, and which is given to the transformer primary, and which is coupled to the load. So you are getting total 360 degrees operation here. Transistor 1 and 2 are operating at different half cycles. Okay, so this is a operation of the push pull arrangement of class B amplifier. And now let us go to the uh, calculation of efficiency, the derivation of efficiency of a class B amplifier. So class B push pull amplifier efficiency. So the current in each transistor is the average value of the half sine loop, because only it is conducting for the half of the cycle. For half sine loop, the IDC is given by IC maximum by pi, and therefore the input power, the power input DC power is given by 2 into IC maximum by pi into VCC, because the power is IDC into VCC. So here IDC is IC maximum by pi because of the half cycle, and it is multiplied by 2 because there are two transistors. So the 2 is introduced as there are two transistors in push-pull arrangement. So here the RMS value of the collector current is now IC maximum by root 2. The RMS value of the output voltage is VCC by root 2. So under ideal conditions of the maximum power, the output power, that is AC power, is now IC maximum by root 2 and into VCC by root 2, that is IRMS into VRMS, that is AC power is. So IC maximum into VCC by 2. So the efficiency is PAC by PDC. Now overall maximum efficiency, if we output AC by input DC. Now we can substitute the values of AC and DC powers here. The overall efficiency is given by IC maximum into VCC by 2 by 2 IC maximum into VCC by pi. So we can rewrite it into pi by 2 IC maximum into VCC. So here the IC maximum and VCC both gets cancelled here. So the resultant is a pi by 4, because 2 into 2 it is 4. So pi by 4. Now you can get this the simplified answer. Pi by 4 is equal to 0.785. If you multiply with 100, then you get 78.5% is the percentage efficiency of a class B push-pull amplifier. Hence the class B push-pull amplifier improves the efficiency than the class A push-pull amplifier. Uh, so it is possible to obtain the greater power outputs with the class B operation. The efficiency is higher, that is the 78.5%, and negligible power loss at no signal, because there is no collector current flows with no input signal. There are some disadvantages of class B amplifier are higher harmonic distortions, and self bias cannot be used there because of the operating point shifts, and the supply voltages must have good regulation. Self biasing cannot be used in class B because there are no R1 R2 here, and supply voltages must have a good regulation because regulated supply should be given. Transformers are bulk and expensive because there are two transformers are used here, and with a center tapped, and it is difficult to locate exact center of the transformer center tap. So here in today's class we have discussed in class B push pull power amplifier, circuit diagram, operation and class B operation, and the efficiency of the class B push pull amplifier, advantages and disadvantages we have discussed. So let us go through a small quiz, that is no saturation of no DC saturation of core of the transformer is in single-ended power amplifier, emitter follower, push-pull power amplifier, or complementary push-pull power amplifier. The answer is a push-pull power amplifier because we have discussed that one only. A push-pull amplifier offers less distortion and more output, more distortion and more output, more distortion, less output, less distortion and less output power. Less distortion, more output is the answer here. A class B push-pull amplifier suffers from crossover distortion, internal modulation distortion, excessive harmonic distortions, and a phase distortion. Here the excessive harmonic distortion here because of this class pull operation. Uh, Harmonic distortions are introduced in the transformers here, and the questions may be asked in examinations. That is, draw the circuit of class B amplifier with a needed sketch. Explain the operation of class B push-pull amplifier. Derive the expression for efficiency of the class B push-pull amplifier. So this is all about our today's session. Let us meet in the next class. Till then, bye and have a nice day.